let's talk about Pete in that class at USC, because I was at the last one of them.
Yeah.
Susie, my wife, Susie Schuster, goes way back with Pete. She met Pete when she was covering USC here, working locally in sports. Loves Pete. Connected with Pete. Pete's like, hey, I'm teaching a class at USC, and it's the last one. Why don't you come down? And she says to me, you should come down. Now, Thursday's my poker night, and that's inviolate, pretty much. So I'm serious. That's the way it went. I'm like, absolutely, I'll go, but maybe, I don't want to intrude. I'm going to leave or whatever. I didn't budge.
Yeah.
I watched that 2-hour final class where all the kids in this class were talking about what Pete and what he was teaching all semester long had made an impact on all of them. I'm getting goosebumps just remembering it. And you were there with a camera. So you've documented everything that I came on this show to talk about. For how many classes were you there?
I mean, I think there was like 14 classes in that whole semester, and I was there for at least half, if not more, 10 of them or so.
Why'd you get involved with this? Did you hear about it through after you got hired?
No, so my really closest friend is the dean of religion, was the co-professor of that class, Varun Soni. He's the dean of religion at USC.
Yeah, the other gentleman on the screen.
Yeah. He's got the Raiders hat now. He's a true believer. But I've known him for a long time, and he told me in the early stages, hey, I'm like starting to develop this thing with Pete. And I think, and look, it was a perfect story. It was like the old ball coach is coming back to the school that made him a legend to see if he can inspire these kids. It's going to take all the wisdom he has gained from 40 years of school, 40 years of coaching, and bring it back to these kids. And the kids were all mostly juniors and graduating, seniors getting ready for the real world. And so the idea was like, can Pete come and help them as they transition?
He sure did.
Oh my God.
I've never seen anything like that, Gotham. It was beautiful.
And every week
I was crying, and I didn't even meet these kids.
Every week was like that. And, every week, I'm trying to remember who was like the teacher in that. They would
David Belasco was
they would bring in a guest,
yes, right?
Yeah, like every week. And it was incredible. He had Tom on one week.
Zoomed in once, right?
Yeah, and it was just like, Pete has this ability, even though he's 73 years old, to connect and relate to people. And, with
young people.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Which is why he can be terrific as a coach of the Raiders.
It was deeply personal to me, too, because, I live in Los Angeles. I lived in the Palisades. We were affected by the fires right when the class was starting. My son, who's the 17-year-old at Pali High, his school was basically done.
Right.
He was going to have to go on Zoom. And I told Pete, I'm like, hey, can I bring my son to this class? And one of his classmates, and Pete's, of course, Dean Soni will figure it out with the university.
Right.
I took my son for that first class. And afterwards, as we were driving home, my son said, can I come next week? And I called Pete, and Pete's like, oh yeah, he's part of this class. He's part of the tribe now.
Amazing.
He and his friend Kai, every week, they were there every week. I didn't go every week. My son did. And it was like transformative.
For him at a very important time.
Yeah. And it's just like that. Pete has that ability to understand, like, okay, what's your story? What do you need? How can I help you unpack it? And it's just, and I think that's, I've been up in Vegas a few times. Like, you can see it. He's now doing it with the players. It's actually the same. You're like, oh, and he always says, he's like, watch, I'm going to do the same gags that he does in the class. He does in some of the meetings. And it does work. Because, by the way, like, some of these players are 23. Those kids were 21, 22 in the class.
Right. With their world in front of them, they were just about to graduate. So they knew that they were going in a new world. And they had a coat of armor.
Yeah.
About themselves, about their confidence level as who they were as people, and their confidence level of what they learned and how they can translate it to maybe getting that first job.
Yeah,
I was awed and jealous at the same time that they felt empowered, and I'm like, how can I feel that way? I literally felt I left the class saying that.
He was so open and vulnerable. You mentioned, he talks a lot about his origin story, the Patriots. Don't
forget the Jets.
And he got fired from all these, and he says like getting fired from the Patriots forced him to really like reflect on what his story was and why was he doing it. So he's been through this process, And that's kind of what he helped these kids like unpack. And I mean, I say kids, but they're like young adults going out into the world during a very difficult time, climate, AI, like everything's upside down.
Yes.
And, you know, he just really helped them connect with themselves. Yeah.
It's amazing. When I mean, you're in the edit bay now,
I mean, like,
or what are you going to do with this? I want the world to see this.
I know, and I'm at a stage, like, you know, my career too, where I'm like, you know, I have this incredible privilege of having access and building all these relationships, and so I sometimes just like I want to go see where it goes. So like, you know, yeah, we have all that stuff in the can. We've been working on it, but you know, it's also hard to cinematically build something that takes place in a classroom. So it's like, oh, now he's taking a lot of what Pete learned, because he's also curious and hungry and always evolving. And he's taking his experience from the class and now integrating it into the Raiders, seeing what works. And so we're, you know, poking around over there, seeing what's happening. And, you know, I let these things, like even that Birmingham thing, we thought it was going to be the first season, but then we're like, let's keep going. Let's wait till this thing is ready. And then after 2 seasons, it was ready. And so we'll see.
Okay. Well, do you know who's teaching the class this fall?
They're going to keep it going. It won't be Pete.
No, I know who it is. Yeah. It's Susie. It's my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. David Belasco asked because we saw it. It meant a lot to her. And she's doing it. And
tough act to follow. But
I know that. She knows that. She knows that. But she can't wait.
Yeah.
She can't wait because she saw it. She was equally as inspired by it. And the green light occurred a few weeks ago, and she can't wait. Oh, she's trying to outbook Pete.
Yeah,
she's always competing.
Well,
too,
look, hopefully my, Professor Belasco, amazing, Professor Sony, Dean Sony, amazing. Like, so she's gonna have great teammates.
I'm telling you, she's psyched. I'm psyched for her. You're right. I mean, it's big shoes to fill, but she loves Pete, and she's gonna continue the spirit.
He'll be a great mentor.
Continue the spirit. You know.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.